Well, hello there guys, welcome back to our Scourge of War Waterloo game. We are of course continuing to play with our Highlanders as well as actually our Dutch friends here to try and stop what looks to be an almost unstoppable enemy assault. Boy, that was original. So let's go ahead guys, we're going to move the Highlanders up here and I'm also going to start bringing some more men forward. Yes, I am bringing some of these guys off the road, but I'm going to keep most of them here to actually hold position. I do believe though bringing one more unit of Highlanders over here, the Regiment of Foot, is probably going to be just fine. In fact, I'm even going to try to create some skirmisher groups out of these Highlanders to target the enemy. As you can see, they already have skirmisher groups in front of their units, so let's see if this works. And no, we can't split this unit, unfortunately. But let's see, maybe we can... No, it's not going to happen. So at this point, we're just going to continue firing, obviously. We are focusing mostly on their skirmishers, which is not exactly what I want to be focusing on, so we might move forward here in a bit. But obviously, taking out these skirmishers, maybe with a heavy amount of volley fire, can help us out tremendously. So I'm going to go ahead and let our boys get a nice, even shot here. The glorious, glorious Highlanders. Let's go ahead and let them do their thing. In fact, they could have shot already. Shame on me. Getting a little bit closer, though, so now they're actually targeting the other unit as well. Let's go ahead. Reload, boys. Hopefully this really damages the French. So far we've done a tremendous amount of damage to them, but obviously things could always be better. And look at that beautiful shot, just raking out that left line. And we're still dealing with these French Lancers. They are actually managing to beat us at this point. They've actually managed to send one of our units reeling, and that's not good for us, obviously, for absolutely obvious reasons. I am going to try to turn our boys completely to the right here. Looks like they might not listen. I'm just going to have to go ahead and micromanage them. But yeah, we probably have to put these guys in a square formation as well. Not what I was looking forward to be honest with you. What the hell can't they go in the square formation? Are Highlanders against square formations? I mean, I see it right there, but is it going to let me form it? I'm not sure. Honestly, I'm going to go ahead and let my guys fire at will because the enemy's close enough for us to at least get some hits, and we are going to try and hold this road. That's the whole point here at this battle. So now it looks like they are forming a square. Yeah, about time, guys. I don't know what you're doing, but we've got other Highlanders fighting over here. Definitely want to send those French right there falling back, and you can actually see all the French bodies right now on the field. It's absolutely incredible. So I am definitely going to move forward with these units. Come on, Landwehr Battalion. And especially now that our Highlanders have fallen back. So a lot of our Highlander units, extremely, extremely brave men, are beginning to realize that maybe this is one nasty fight that they don't want to be a part of. They've already killed so many French, but they've still taken some serious losses themselves. And obviously, the continuation of those guys sending forward the line infantry units, or excuse me, the skirmisher units, isn't helping either. So once again, this Landwehr Battalion, I don't know what its deal is. It doesn't seem to be a fan of fighting the enemy right in front of it, and right now our main focus has to be these guys on the left flank and essentially trying to hold back the French here. We could even almost charge, I think, at this point, but what I'm going to do is try to get some heavy volleys, make sure that these Landwehr Battalions know what they're doing, and this is the Ostend Landwehr Battalion. Here we go. Beautiful. Just have to keep up shots like that. We've got some pretty good cover from what I can see, or what I can gather in any case. And the only thing that's really frustrating is the fact that we have to deal with this Lancer unit right here. Despite the fact that we're basically able to shoot him like fish in a barrel, he keeps moving forward and very, very close to our square formations, which makes us have to get out of our regular line formation, and consequently we're not doing nearly as much damage to the enemy units. So for instance, these guys have got to get into a better formation here. And we've actually wiped out quite a few of the enemy, but once again, those Lancers keep changing things. I'm going to go ahead and take charge from AI. This is one button that essentially forces the AI dude whatever you want. Apparently not. I'm going to have to learn the difference from take charge from AI, but for whatever reason, we're locked right now. But maybe we can hold on to this position for a while and still be okay. In fact, as long as we still hold that area right there, look at that, as well as this one, doesn't make much of a difference what the enemy chooses to do. Okay, let's take a look over here. I want these boys turned a little more towards the enemy. Let's go ahead and... Beautiful. Try to hit them with 2 different amounts of units. Now, this is actually quite frightening. It looks like our Landwehr Battalion did not stick around. The enemy definitely outshoot just about any unit we have besides maybe the Highlanders, but that doesn't mean we can't win this battle and send them just running away immediately. That being said, look at that. I did not realize we had a French unit behind us. That's quite frightening. So I'm actually going to take this Lanvais unit and put him on this side of my general. Now, essentially, we're in some sort of enclosed position that doesn't look comfortable at all. We are still managing to hold this area, and unfortunately, we don't have control of the cavalry. But if I were the if I were the Allies right now, I would immediately charge with that cavalry into the enemy. Looks like that's not going to be happening this time. Yeah, the enemy is going to start moving forward with the actual infantry, and obviously that's going to be a serious problem because right now, you know, the cavalry is keeping us in this annoying square formation. So hopefully we can just take out as many of these lancers as possible. Maybe even get a nice lucky shot on the general. But right now the lancers are definitely paying the price for staying there. But I think it might be worth it because they're actually managing to do a pretty good job here at keeping us in this frustrating square formation. So let me send our guys back behind the wall right now. And I'm almost certain they're going to go back into that terrible square formation, but at least we can try. And so far we're still holding this area. That's obviously the main goal. So we might go ahead and just try to stay put here with the Lanvais. Still in that damn square formation. I don't know what to do about that. Thinking really the only thing we can do is maybe bring up some artillery if we have any. Let's go ahead and do that. Get a little bit closer with the arty. I'm not sure if that's going to make a difference, guys, but I certainly hope it is. By the way, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, comment. If you do enjoy these Napoleon videos, obviously we want to try to make as many as possible, but we definitely want to get some likes, some subscriptions, and some shares, especially on places like social media. It truly helps, guys, and please consider doing it. So it looks like we also have our regiment of foot, the Cameron Highlander Skirmishers. And I'm actually hoping that they can change the battle, or turn the battle, I should say, in our favor. You'll be surprised how many times skirmishers alone have won a battle for me. And obviously with skirmishers, you let them fire at will for the most part. Occasionally, I will use the, you know, the actual volley fire button, but in this case, I think I'm going to go ahead and let them take their time. Look at those guys, just getting shot right through the chest. No hope for them whatsoever, although we must admit, our men paid a heavy, heavy price for what they've held so far, and the battle's obviously not yet over. We do still have these two positions under our control, but I'm not sure for how much longer that's going to be. It looks like we have some troops here. Let's see if we can pull them up. That would be excellent. And we'll do the same with these Lanvais battalions, but they're getting very close, guys, to that second area, which is quite frightening. Fortunately, we don't have control over any of these guys besides the Highlanders, and it looks like there we go. Our men are going to form up into a square once again. The Lancers are going to get a taste of their own medicine. In fact, I think, yeah, we're still holding Namur Road, but we are very low. I'm going to actually let them do a volley fire. If that damn Lancer cavalry would stick around a little while longer. Defeat the Emperor, the pretend king, come men. We are giving you an order, men. There we go. I think that's a little better. And obviously the Lancers are probably going to show right back up. They love to show up quickly. I also want to go ahead and switch to the right a little bit. And I already see the Lancers moving up. I already know what they're going to try to do here. A little closer, boys. Lancers, just look at that, guys. Off to our left, here they come once again. At least we can get into formation faster this time. Not sure if it's going to make a difference. Come on, boys. Get a few shots off on these bastards. Still have that volley fire, so hopefully the men are loaded so that they can at least take out a few of these punks. We'll have to see if this actually works out. Come on. Giving them the volley fire option, but the Lancers seem to probably be watching them like, I don't think you're going to cause us too much trouble. And actually, it looks like we're firing mainly at the enemy infantry, which is not what we need right now. Looks like we're still holding the position, though. Not by much, of course. Especially with all of those French around us. It's going to be very hard, guys, to actually get a victory in this battle. I'm going to continue firing, but I do hope that our men find some way to break out of this horrible situation. And those French look like they're about to charge. This could be a major assault by Les Français on this position. Come on, give me my men. We've got a few men here, but I just don't think they're willing to actually fight. We also still got our Highlanders. I think it's time for them to go ahead and move up. They've had enough rest. Do the same with these skirmisher units. And there we go. Oh, I was actually hoping that the French were retreating just then. No way. So we need to move up some more skirmishers. Hopefully get some powerful shots on the enemy here. It's not making it much easier with that very, very, very smart enemy cavalry. Alright, men, come on. No fear. We must defeat the enemy, men. Alright, there we go. That's what I'm talking about. Put on some volley fire. Oh, I think they've already got the idea of the volley fire. We definitely need to keep putting pain down on the enemy, and we're not going to do it by staying in those square formations. No way. Fire, boys. Fire! Once again, the Lancers are approaching, but I'm hoping that every single shot we fire here hits at least a target. If not, goes through 2 men at once. That would be perfect. Unfortunately, I don't think that's going to be the case. Look at that. We've also got some artillery coming in. The artillery's not doing all that much to the enemy. I think the distance is really too great for there to be too much trouble here. I do think, though, that these Highlanders are going to be forced to get into that square formation once again, and honestly, they may need to retreat very, very soon here. It looks like, look at that, these men are already getting into a square formation, and that constant forcing us to sort of adhere to their will is making this a very costly battle. So we're going to keep moving forward, do the same with the skirmishers. We're not going to be afraid of these guys. But I'm in, let's follow our orders. Okay, so if one of our guys can stay in a square formation and the other one can at least keep firing, I think that's going to really improve our odds here of holding this location. And remember, guys, we don't necessarily have to destroy the enemy utterly, but holding the location right now is our job in this game, and in this particular battle. Move forward, men. What's tragic is these guys have gotten casualties, but haven't actually caused any casualties whatsoever for the enemy. So this Landwehr battalion is very disappointing to me. Forcing the run here. Come on. You must put up a fight. You are all pansies. Let's hope that they can finally get their first kills against the enemy unit here. I don't know if they've become pacifists or what's going on. Maybe somebody can let us know in the chat. Sort out the mystery. There we go. We can halt here. Let's let these guys get their first kills. Volley fire. From Hanover. Firemen up. Is it just me, or do they not have any gunpowder whatsoever? Let's see. I think now they're firing normally, but that was a little bit weird. Let's see if these guys managed to get a single kill so far. 88 to zip. I mean, that is probably one of the most sorry, puny, pathetic brigades I have yet seen. I'm absolutely ashamed of the soldiers. Let's take a look here. There we go. They got one. Good shooting, boys. Finally, one enemy down. Incredible work. But it really just goes to show you the different kinds of soldiers in this time period. Right now, we're working with kind of a ragtag bunch of recruits, from what I can see. The 9th Infantry Division, 4th Hanover Brigade. They just need to go back to target practice and really make sure they know what they're doing. Actually, we just got a beautiful volley on some horses right there. It brought us up to 5, so maybe our job is to just waste some Lancers. Nothing could make me happy. Keep on firing. Good job, boys. They're doing okay. They're learning. Gives them time. over there on the far right. I'm not sure what the French are doing. I guess they're afraid of that cavalry division. So at least the cavalry is beginning to do something, but we really need them to do a whole lot more. And for instance, over here, you can see that the French are about to take that right point. And I'm pretty sure that means that we lose if we don't take it back. So I'm going to immediately move forward with the Highlanders here. Of course, once again, this situation puts us in a very bad spot. I'm going to move these Highlanders this way. And victory, guys! Wow! So we actually won at Quatres. Unbelievable. We managed to hold out. And it looks like we killed 3,108 enemies. We had 2,774 casualties. I mean, hell of a battle, but I must say, very, very, very fun stuff. I hope you guys enjoyed the battle. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. Have an awesome, awesome day. So guys, I always like to do a tour after the battles, especially after a victory like that, to show you guys the amount of French that went down, and we'll also show our own losses. I mean, we got some great shots throughout the battle. You can tell by the casualty count. Of course, once we get up here to sort of the front lines, we begin to see a lot more mixes, if that makes sense. And as you can see, everybody's paused at the moment. You see a few guys firing here and there, but the actual battle itself is paused. So as you can see, a lot of dead on both sides. Once we get up here, oh, I guess the battle's not paused. Oh, well, we saved dead bodies so you guys could see this. A lot of these Hanoverian brigades, especially these on our far left, took major, major casualties. But I do consider them heroes of the battlefield. And look at these guys. It looks like the generals stayed alive, but this entire group of Hanoverians went down. So a lot of very, very noble deaths for sure here. Overall, though, as you can see over here, it's a bit... yeah, the game is essentially paused, or it looks like it at least. But we still managed to hold that against a massive number of French, and they just keep dropping in numbers. Eventually, looks like those Lancers were able to make a lot of problems happen for us, but I think it all worked out in the end. So don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already. You can always donate to me on Patreon if you wish to do so. My Patreon link is just the Grippa Maxenius or Kevin Buster. In fact, you could probably find it pretty quickly just with a quick search of my previous videos. And I thank you so much, guys, for being a part of this battle and part of this victory.